What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be jumping into a team building guide for the new Youth Extreme Super Battle Road stage that has released here on Global. This one is a bit of a doozy. I haven't seen the stage played yet, so I'm not sure how difficult it is, but the Extreme Super Battle Road stages that have been coming out as of late have been a little bit tough, right? These last few that have come out, like, I mean, it's okay. Here's the thing, though. It's been really hard to tell because of how good all these categories are, right? Like, I think Time Travelers was the last one that was actually really difficult, because then you got into like Universe 6, right? Movie Heroes, Goku Family, Vegeta Family. All of these teams are really good. I mean, Universe 6 is only good for Super Battle Road because there's lots of units on here that can stun and stuff. Like, you have access to hit, right? Which is also so the team build's just really good for Super Battle Road, which is why this one didn't feel that hard. But then, yeah, these were all free. Like, Movie Heroes, are you kidding me? Goku's family, Vegeta's family, those are some of the strongest teams in the game. So it didn't really matter how hard they made the Super Battle Road stages. They weren't gonna be difficult, right? So now, we come over to a category like Youth, that is a very, very limited category with a lot of old, outdated units on it. Hasn't gotten very many buffs recently. So, yeah, it is going to be a bit of a trickier one. And that being said, if we go ahead and take a look at the category, the newest unit on the category is actually a buff. So the Kid Goku that just came out during this very celebration. What a coincidence that we'd be getting the Youth Super Battle Road stage at the same time that this guy releases, right? Well, this guy is absolutely perfect for the stage, as he is a youth leader, but we'll get more into that in a second. So yeah, as you can see here, it's not quite the smallest category, but there's still just not a ton of usable stuff. Like, there's a lot of just irrelevant, really old units in here. You know, part of the problem with this category is it's made up a lot of, like, all these, like, Goten and Trunks cards and stuff, and a lot of these cards are just, like, meh. A lot of these, like, Super Saiyan Gotenks cards and stuff, they're really just not usable. There is definitely not, like, you know, the pick of the litter when it comes to units here. I'm actually kind of curious. I'm going to count these really quick, because I'm curious how many overall Dokkan Fest units are in this pool here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that it? 7. Maybe I missed one. I went kind of fast. But 7? That's incredibly low. For an entire category, there's only 7 Dokkan Fest units. That's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, so I think that speaks volumes to how difficult this is going to be. But without further ado, let's get into it. So the very first unit that we are going to talk about here is the Path to Power Kid Goku that just released. He is by far the best unit on the category, as he is overall like one of the best units in the game right now on Global. So yeah, this guy is an absolute must-run. If you were one of the few people that decided to drop some stones on his banner and you were lucky enough to get him, then lucky you. This Super Battle Road stage is going to be free, and it doesn't really matter your team. As long as you have this guy, you're going to be set. Especially if you're able to use a Bulma Youth on the team with you. Because none of these other units are on Youth, right? So you can't use them here. But Bulma Youth you can. So if you have her, you're going to be able to get this unit super attack and get these massive attack raises, which is going to be huge for the amount of damage this guy does. But, you know, even without having a Bulma Youth on the team, you're still going to be an insane support unit for your team with 50% for every unit on your team. And then you're also going to be, let's see, changing key spheres to rainbow, which is nice. You're getting, you know, nuking. You're getting crit chance and damage reduction per rainbow key sphere obtained. Like, this guy is a mini 7th anniversary LR. Well, honestly, not even mini, because he does this too. And with the massive attack, like, I almost want to put him on par with the 7th anniversary LRs. I don't know, like... Oh, and by the way, we're not done yet. we still have an active skill after you look beyond all of that, right? The biggest thing here is not just damage reduction for himself. I'm sorry, there's another portion here. All allies' chance of performing a crit, 8%, and reducing damage received by 8%, with 7 or more key spheres obtained. So if you're able to get the 7 key spheres, which you should, because he's a Rainbow Orb Changer himself, then, like, oh my god, this guy is so good, right? Okay, so yeah, the active skill can be activated, after the character receives an attack 8 or more times in battle when HP is 59% or less. So I will say the active skill is probably going to be a little bit difficult to get, because if you take a look here, we're only facing off against 3 enemies at most during this Super Battle Road stage, so the likelihood of you being able to take 8 hits and then on the following turn after that still be in the same fight to be able to launch the active skill, I think it's unlikely. So yeah, probably don't count on the active skill, but the rest of his kit is still going to be amazing. Okay, so moving on here, we have the Super Saiyan Gohan Youth. I put him second because you can technically use his leader skill. You really have to suffer down through some like subpar units, so I really wouldn't recommend it, but besides the youth leader skill, this is one of the only other leader skills you can use. So, yeah, I just wanted to mention that. But this guy is a little bit iffy for Super Battle Road at this point. I mean, once he gets his Easy A, he's going to be one of the best units, right? But before then, turn 1, he's going to get hit a little bit hard. He does have to raise his defense up quite a bit before you're going to see him like substantially tanking and stuff. So definitely keep that in mind when using this guy. But he is a usable ally for sure. He is one of the better units on the category, so still definitely an option. Okay, so then we've got the Transforming Gotenks here. Again, I included him only for his leader skill, because this unit is bad. He is extremely outdated. He's going to get hit very, very hard in this stage, and it will not feel good. When he is in his base form, yeah, he does get the great defense raise, but his initial like stats here, just, I mean, 12,000's pretty good. I don't know, maybe, I guess if you avoid getting hit by super type units, or by physical type units, which, there's 2 in the first and last fight, so you are going to have those 2 enemies to worry about. But yeah, once he transforms, he's a lot better, because then he'll start getting this great chance of stunning in his, you know, super attack, and then he's getting some additionals in his passive as well, which is going to help him proc this stun more often. Then he's going to be really useful. But the earliest you can see this guy is turn 3. So, before then, you're probably going to be suffering a little bit. Yeah, I would say if you do have to use this guy as your leader, then you definitely want to try and get a Path to Power Goku as your friend lead at least, right? Now, exact same deal with this. Repeat everything I just said over the last minute and a half about the last card. This same deal. You can use it for his youth category leader skill, but he's trash. He's going to get you killed. He does have a medium chance of stunning, though, so the stunning can help you out if that ends up being a thing, right? So, yeah, and then if your HP falls below 59%, there's no turn restriction on his active skill, so you can use that for some additional damage here. But that's about it with this guy. Okay, next up, we have the girl, Youth Chi-Chi. She is phenomenal. I actually almost forgot to put her on this list, but after her Easy A, she is insane. This girl goes off. So she's greatly raising attack and defense on her super attack. She also has a great chance, 70% chance to stun. That is super good. She's getting attack 330% when performing a super. She gets all of that on super attack, so it's a multiplicative buff. That's insane. 330%. What's her attack stat? Oh, I mean, it's a little low, but, like, she's not, like, comparing to, like, a Dokkan Fest unit, but 330% is a lot, so she definitely hits hard, right? She loses a little bit of attack when she receives an attack, that's fine. That's just to deter you from putting her in slot 1, but because she gets the great defense raise on super, you wouldn't want to do that anyway. And then she gets, get this, 200% defense when there's a Goku Youth on the team. Then she gets an additional 100% defense if he's in the same turn. And then she's also getting some ki each time as well. 300% defense if you run her in the same rotation as this guy. Like, oh my god, they're built for each other. They're literally, it's a match made in heaven. They are so perfect together. That's insane, right? Like, they have so much synergy. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so then she gets chance performing a crit and chance of evading 20% per youth category ally attacking in the same turn. Self-excluded here. So you can only get these buffs up to 40% here. But she's going to have a 40% chance to crit and a 40% chance to evade. Just built in. Flat up. Like, oh, so good. So if you give her like full additionals in her passive to get the additionals here for the stun chance and the double great defense raises, and then she's got the 300% defense here and 40% chance to evade, like, she's going to be the GOAT. Like, that rotation, I cannot wait to run this rotation of the kid Goku and her together. It's going to be so fun. Everybody was so, you know, focused on the Android 8 and how well he was going to work with Kid Goku, but this is honestly a more exciting match to me. So, yeah, definitely excited to use her. Okay, so another obvious option for the youth category here is B-Pan. She is going to be a really, really solid, like, slot 2 or slot 3 unit for you. Actually, I mean, I suppose you could throw her in slot 1, because she doesn't get any better throughout the rotation. Yeah, you legit could run her as a main rotation unit if you wanted to. So she's getting a medium chance to stun on super. Her unit super attack. Wait, it doesn't even say how you get the units. Oh, ultra. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Her ultra super attack. Her 18 ki. This gives you also a medium chance to stun. Okay. And she's getting some additional attack there. That's nice. So she has a high chance of ki 3. And then a high chance of an additional ki 3. Okay, so she's just giving herself a bunch of ki there. Great. She recovers 33% damage dealt as HP, which is perfect. Especially for a mode like Super Battle Road. You want to be healing a lot. Keep your HP up for sure. And then she reduces damage received by 55%. So that is solid. With no additional defense on top of that, she might actually still be taking some damage now. But with how amazing her healing is, like, she can... So 33% of damage dealt as HP. If we put her on... let's see, wait, is she on a 200% leader skill here? Because the Path to Power Kid Goku... Dragon Ball Seekers, Bond of Friendship. Where's B-Pan? No, she's really not on Dragon Ball? Oh, yeah, she is on Dragon Ball Seekers. Okay. Sorry, I'm blind today. Yeah, so she is on the 200% leader skill there. She's probably going to be dishing out like 1.5 million attack stats if you get like a full 24 ki and she crits. Yeah, so, I mean, 1.5 million, 33% of that is going to be a solid, what, like 400,000? So she's going to be healing like 400,000, 300,000 maybe, on average, which is absolutely nutty. So yeah, and that's like assuming she doesn't get an additional, right? Because she can just continue to do that, and she can stun for you. So yeah, very, very solid unit. Definitely recommend pulling her and putting her on the team. Okay, another GOAT. Damn, I am just realizing, like, while this category is small, if you have a lot of the best units on it, then you're kind of set, because there's some monsters on this category. Wow. So yeah, Super Saiyan Gotenks here. This guy is nutty. He's got an AoE attack that stuns all enemies. Well, not guaranteed. He's got a medium chance to stun all enemies, which is super solid. And then he's got some additionals in his passive as well, so that helps get some. If you get some additionals off with this, like, it is very often that I take this guy into a fight and then I end up getting 1 or 2 additional supers and end up stunning like pretty much the entire enemy field. Usually I just end up missing 1 or 2 if it's like a 5 enemy fight, right? But in a stage like this where we're fighting 2 enemies and then 3 enemies and 3 enemies, I think your chances are pretty good to keep everybody stun locked there. So he is definitely another solid option for a main rotation unit. Though I feel like there's just maybe better options. I mean, if you're running the Path to Power Kid Goku, you want him on both rotations, and then you probably want to run the kid Chi-Chi with one, and somebody else coming up here with the other one, so... okay, so then we've got the Kid Gohan. I actually should have had this guy at the beginning, because he is another leader that you can use. There's tons of Bond to Master and Disciple on the youth category, and quite a few Heavenly events as well. So yeah, you could definitely build a team. I'm gonna have to build out a team. Yeah, shoot, so that I can show you guys a Bond to Master and Disciple team for youth as well. So yeah, definitely a good option. And this guy would be very suitable to be your leader and your friend leader too, because he is a pretty solid card here. He's getting the infinite defense raises, which is nice. You won't be able to access his unit super attack. Yeah, unfortunately. But that's fine. It just gives it, well, I mean, it gives him a little bit better chance to stun, right? Because he only has the medium chance here. Okay, so then he's getting defense at the start of turn. Attack on super. And then if you have another heavenly event in the same turn, he's getting some additional buffs. Okay, and then he gives an additional 58% attack here, and then stuns the attacked enemy by the character's super attack after receiving an attack. Okay. So if you put him in slot 1 and he gets hit before he attacks, then he gets a 1-turn stun on the enemy. So that's nice. And then he's also buffing the entire rotation with a couple key and 58% defense, which is very nice. So then one of the most important parts about this guy's kit is his active skill. Which there's no turn restriction on. It's just if you get low on HP, which is perfect because it's exactly when you'd want to use it. I absolutely love active skills that are set up like this. I hate it when it's like, oh, turn 4, and then you can get a heal, right? Or something like that. Like, think about the Int Vegito, the fourth anniversary LRs, the Int Vegito and Physical Gogeta, how they have like a 6-turn thing, and then at the 6-turn mark, you can get their active skill and heal. Like, I hate that so much. Well, technically, there's a transformation. It's not even active skill, right? Because it happens automatically. But still, same concept. I love that when you have an active skill that heals, that provides healing, that there's no turn restriction, simply an HP restriction. That's godly, because then it's the same as like a healing item, because it's when you'd use it anyway. So anyway, enough ranting about how awesome his kit is. But yeah, so then he gets that. He also guards for 1 turn and gives some additional defense to the rotation. So yeah, very, very solid unit indeed. Okay, so I included the new Pan in here because I'm a big Pan fan. So that was one reason, but then also because she's kind of good. So we got to keep in mind here, she is a support unit. There are no other superheroes youth units, really. I don't even think there is a single one. I feel like she might be literally the only one. Is that possible? No, because, like, Goten and Trunks are in Dragon Ball Super. Huh. I'm gonna have to do some investigating about that to see. Because she's definitely the only Pan from Super, right? But are there any, like, Goten and Trunkses? Are they from... No, because that's from the Buu Saga. They're not even from Dragon Ball Super. Oh, this! They have to be from Dragon Ball Super, right? Are they on Superheroes? Yeah, they're on Superheroes. Okay, so there's another one. That card isn't very good, though, so I wouldn't recommend using them. But, yeah, pretty much no other... let's see, where are we at here? Yeah, pretty much no other superheroes category allies. She's only really giving herself that buff. And then as far as... There is a few Bond Parent and Child, and lots of Bond Master and Disciple. So, she'll be able to give that secondary portion out a little bit here. Bond of Parent and Child is the only category here that the Path to Power Kid Goku is on, though. So if you're, trying to find a good support unit for him, she's only average. She's not amazing for that. But she does have a medium chance to evade, which is why she's nice as like a slot 3 unit, right? Medium chance to evade. Oh, she's also got this high chance to stun, which is nice. And then when you're only facing one enemy, she gets an additional 30% evasion. So then it'll put her up to 60% chance to dodge. But that's, again, when you're only facing one enemy at the start of turn. So starting in the fights, she's only going to have that 30% chance to dodge. But she has a high chance to additional super here. And that's going to be, you know, if you're facing 2 or more. So that's going to be really helpful proccing your stuns more often. And then, yeah, some additional stats after she evades. So, yeah, decent, not amazing, for sure. Okay, so then we've got this STR Pan. I think she's probably a better option than the Int Pan. Not really a supporter, but I think maybe better? Okay, so she's getting all these attack and defense raises for 6 turns, which is, that's going to build up a bit, right? This is good, because if you use her as a main rotation unit, she's going to be able to put 3 sets of stacks on that number before they start falling off the back end, because it's 6 turns. And that means that you can also rotate her off, and she's still going to keep 2 stacks. So her defense is still going to be, like, viable as a 3rd slot unit. You won't have to keep building it. So she has just 120% stats, chance of evading, 15% at the start of each turn, up to 60%. Now, it says at the start of each turn, so here's my point. If she happens to spawn in on, like, turn 2, or gets 7th slot, lucky enough, and then she's on turn 3, then you're already going to be at, like, 45%, 30%, 45% chance to dodge the first time you see her. But pretty much guaranteed, because even if she shows up on turn 1, right? Then on turn 4, because you could just rotate her off at that point, on turn 4, she's already going to be at her 60% chance to dodge. So you only ever have to deal with her once under 60% chance to dodge. And then from there on out, she's going to be at 60% for the rest of the battle, which is awesome. And then she also gets some additional defense here and key for 7 turns, which is always during Super Battle Road. So, yeah, and then if you add the stacking on here, she's just all around really solid. Like, you can depend on this unit for sure. I am confident that she is going to be runnable in this stage. Okay, and last but certainly not least, we have Youth Bulma. So as aforementioned on this card right here, because we've got the Bulma Youth. So this is the Bulma Youth you'd want to be using. She got her Extreme Z Awakening the same time as the Physical Chi-Chi, and she is just as good. They both perform very, very well. I just realized this is going to be a very physical-heavy Super Battle Road run. There's going to be a lot of physical units here. Are there? There's only one STR enemy in the whole thing. Oh, yeah. Let's go. And there's there's only one int, but that's good. Like, we're going to be cooking with these physical units. I am excited. Okay. So she gets some HP recovery on super attack. Lots of ki, nice. She's going to be supering for free. She gets an additional 50% stats on super attack, which is nice, on top of the 100 base. She's got a medium chance to evade built in, nice. And then she gets 10% stats per attack evaded, and 10% stats per attack received. Oh, that's a little weird. You would think it'd be attack performed, because she has to get hit and dodge. HP recovery speed. Okay, I guess this is actually really good. Because pretty much the way it works, right? Most units could just have, most units would be set up like this. Plus an additional attack and defense with each attack evaded. And then that's it, right? And then if you got hit by the attack, not only would you suffer by taking damage, you would also suffer because you wouldn't get the raise because you didn't evade the attack. But she has the double stack thing here, so now it doesn't matter whether you get hit or not, you're getting a 10% stack. So that's pretty solid, honestly. And, you know, she does only have the medium chance to evade, so that's just going to be a little bit helpful, but I would assume... I don't think she's going to tank that amazingly at first, though. She's going to have to take a few attacks first because she doesn't get any defense raise or anything in her super attack effect. And she's only got 100% stats here. I guess once you do the super attack, she's going to tank a little better. So, yeah, definitely not a slot 1 unit. Probably slot 3. Maybe slot 2, because you're going to want her in the same turn as the Goku, so he can get his unit super attack off and get this massive attack raise. And then, yeah, you can use him to lower the attack of whatever character is going to be attacking her the most, and then let that character go to town on her. Yeah, so I think she'd work good as a slot 2 unit next to this guy. Okay, so yeah, that is all the units that I have here recommended for the youth category. So we'll go ahead and switch over to in-game now and take a look at the few team builds that I put together. Alright, so this is the first team that I put together here. Kind of a fun one, yeah. Lots of utility on this team. This is going to be super solid. So as I was mentioning before, I'm going to use Path to Power Kid Goku with the Kid Chi-Chi, and then on my other rotation, I'm probably just going to put the Youth Bulma. But honestly, I probably could get away with cheesing it and just putting Gotenks there, because he's got all that stunning, so being able to keep the enemies like stun locked will be pretty handy, I think. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it works out when I end up jumping into the stage. But this is the team that I plan to use. I think this is about the strongest build that you can make with a youth category team here. But yeah, we've got plenty of nice support to go around. You know, between the Kid Gohan and the Beepan. Because one part I didn't mention about Beepan is her active skill. So being able to use that, I believe it's just turn 3, right? Yeah. Turn 3, all allies, 33% attack. So that's going to be helpful, for sure. Yeah, so that is my goated team that I'm going to use. And then the other team that I built, the only other team I was able to put together here, is this one here. So this is what I was talking about with the Gohan being a Bond Master and Disciple leader. Works out pretty well here. So, you know, as you can see, this team is not nearly as good. There are still, like, I think this could probably still take it down. Might take you a couple tries, might take you all 8 of your items, but I think that this is still a suitable team. I think the main problem with this entire team is that you need to ramp up a little bit. Everybody here is kind of... Well, not everyone. Okay, so the Kid Gohan and the LR Gohan and then the base form Gotenks, they all need to stack defense. So that is a bit of a hindrance. And then you got to think you have the friend Kid Gohan as well. So, well, I suppose no, these are all youth category characters. You could still bring a friend Path to Power Kid Goku. No, you can't, because he's not on Bond of Master and Disciple. Actually, let me go back to the wiki real quick, just because I do want to verify this real quick. Hold on. So, is Kid Goku on... he's not on Bond of Master and Disciple or Heavenly Events. So, yeah, you can't use him on this team. So you can't use him as your friend lead. Okay, well, that's, I mean, that's an L. So yeah, you would have to run a Kid Gohan as your friend lead as well. So that means you'd have 4 units on the team that have to stack. So that could be a little bit tough. But if you take off any of these units that need to stack, I challenge you to find some better ones, because the box at this point is slim pickings. And then everyone else is just there to stun and dodge and stuff. So yeah. Good luck with the Youth Super Battle Road. I know that this is going to be a much harder one, so I'm here. I'm here for advice. My Discord and my Twitter are in the description below, so if you guys have deeper questions about units or want, you know, help with team building and stuff, feel free to hit me up on those things. I am happy to help you guys out and respond and stuff. Alright, well, we have rambled enough, so if there's anybody still watching, then thank you very much for hanging out with me. That is all I have for you guys in this one. look forward to the no item run coming up very, very soon. Probably tomorrow from when you're watching this. So yeah, that's going to do it for this one. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.